Welcome to today's session, which is a Tabata session. Before starting, ensure you're fit and healthy to do so. Ensure the area you're working in is clear of any obstruction, and ensure you stay hydrated throughout. Tabata works by doing 8 rounds of 20 seconds work, 10 seconds of rest, totaling 4 minutes per round. Round 1, you'll use exercises 1 and 2. Round 2, exercises 3 and 4, and so on. Ensure you move well throughout and focus on form rather than reps. Stand by for coaching points and demonstrations. The first part of the warm-up will be to raise the heart rate. To do this, we're going to jog on the spot for 10 seconds and move on into 10 star jumps. You'll complete 3 rounds of this, going progressively faster each time. The second part of the warm-up will be activation of the muscles. To do this, we're going to do some eccentric squats. Lower yourself down nice and slow, keeping your feet flat on the floor, forcing the knees out, keeping the torso upright, raising up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and repeating for 10 times. Third part of the warm-up will be to mobilise the joints. To do this, you'll crawl out from a standing position, perform a windmill on each shoulder, and then into a T-trunk rotation. Crawling back up to standing, and repeating for a total of 5 times. The final part of the warm-up is to potentiate the body ready for exercise. To do this, we're going to do 10 seconds of pogo jumps, keeping the heels and knees together, jumping onto the toes. Into 10 seconds of down ups, resting for 10 seconds and completing a total of 3 rounds. The first exercise we'll be doing is known as a Persian push-up. You'll start in a press-up position, hands under the shoulders just outside of shoulder width, feet shoulder width apart and body straight. You'll perform 1 push-up by lowering to 90 degrees at the elbow, going up, and then into downward dog. To progress this exercise, perform the push-up on your knees, and transition into downward dog. The second exercise we'll be doing is the squat hold. You will squat down by breaking at the knees and the hips, keeping the knees out, torso upright to a 90-degree angle. Holding that position for the 20 seconds. To regress this exercise, you can decrease the range or have your back against the wall for stability. Exercise number 3 will be the tuck V-up. Starting lying on your back on the floor, you will contract at the trunk to bring your knees to meet your chest in the middle of the body. Keeping arms straight, contacting the floor, and then contracting your feet in the middle of the movement. Staying in control at all times. Exercise number 4 is the low plank. Keeping your body straight and off the floor, feet shoulder width apart, hips in line with shoulders, and elbows underneath shoulders. Remember to breathe through the nose, out through the mouth, keeping contraction of the core the whole time. Exercise number 5 will be 3 squats and 1 burpee. When squatting, keep your feet flat on the floor, break at the knees and the hips, keeping the torso upright, down to a 90-degree angle. For the burpee, safely lower yourself to the floor, back up to a standing position. Exercise number 6 will be the hollow hold. Arms fully extended overhead, toes pointing. Drive your lower back into the floor and raise your shoulders and heels off of the floor, holding that position, remembering to breathe. To regress this exercise, you can go into a dish hold, or to regress further, bring your knees in towards your chest. Exercise number 7 is the glute bridge. Lying on your back with your legs bent and your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, drive your hips up towards the sky, squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement, lowering down slowly and repeating. If you're finding it hard to maintain balance, simply take your arms out to the side to support the body further. Exercise number 8 is the high plank. Similar to the push-up position, your body will be flat, hips in line with your shoulders, feet shoulder width apart, and hands underneath shoulders. Holding that position, remembering to breathe. Exercise number 9 will be bear crawl shuttles. Keeping your knees under the hips and your hands shoulder width apart, 3 steps forward and 3 steps backwards. Aiming to move alternate arm to leg. To regress this exercise, you'll turn it into isometric hold, with the knees under the hips, hands on the shoulders, keeping the back as straight as you can. Exercise number 10 will be the skydives. Lying on your front, extend your arms over your head. You will then extend at the spine to raise your chest off away from the floor. Glutes naturally engage, point your toes and raise your knees off of the floor. Hold that position and remember to breathe. Exercise number 11 is the inchworm. You will squat down so that your hands on the floor, crawling out into a push-up position. Before 1 push-up, crawl back in, stand up nice and straight. To regress the exercise, simply crawl out and do not perform the push-up. Exercise number 12 will be the side plank. Lying on your side with your forearm out in front of you, you'll raise your hips off of the floor, keeping the body straight, and the other arm extended straight upwards. You'll hold that position and remember to breathe. Well done everyone, hopefully you've enjoyed that session. Remember now to hydrate, rest and recover, ready for tomorrow's session, which is the aero run.